ready?
I don't know. I don't want this to happen.
What are you two boys doing?
Boys, what's going on? Please, please, send help. Someone killed my parents. Police, step out of the vehicle, Lyle. Keep your hands where we can see them.
What is this? What's going on?
Lyle Menendez, you are under arrest for the murder of Jose and Kitty Menendez.
This is a mistake. You've got the wrong people.
Put your hands behind your back. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, we will appoint you to one. You understand these rights?
Yes, I understand. Detective, this is my client Eric Menendez. He is voluntarily returning to the U.S. to surrender himself into your custody.
Thank you, Counselor. Eric, place your hands behind your back. You are under arrest for 2 counts of first-degree murder.
I understand.
Have an adapter, like take your laptop. So you want to see if they have an adapter from an HDMI cable? Because that's an HDMI cable.
Okay.
I think this is a C or something. You can take your laptop. If they don't-
So we
Face forward.
Because these
And
are.
keeping those
Turn to the
footsies
left.
for tomorrow as well.
We
so-
can use these as exhibits.
Turn to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Eric, do you want to talk to me about what happened?
Yeah, let's see.
Would you like a cup of coffee or some water?
No, thank you.
I just have a couple of questions for you. But first, let me remind you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, we do.
What is your name?
Eric Menendez,
How old are you?
17.
Where were you on the night of the murder?
I was at the theater watching Batman
What time did you leave?
around 8 or 8:30.
Do you have the ticket stubs to prove that? Alright, thank you. What kind of relationship did you have with your father?
It was a typical relationship.
Eric, I need you to tell me the truth.
I already told you I didn't do it.
Tell me right now. Tell me you killed your mother and your father.
I told you I didn't do it.
I know you killed your mother and your father. You can't get away with these kinds of things.
I'm not saying anything else. I want a lawyer.
Alright, Eric, you will remain in custody. We have enough probable cause to believe that you were involved in the murders of both of your parents.
Yeah, whatever.
All rise. The court is now in session. The Honorable Hazel presiding.
You may all be seated. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Calling case number 153-1119, the people of the state of California versus Eric Galen Menendez. Will all parties identify themselves for the record of today?
Yes, Your Honor. Representing on behalf of the state of California.
Yes, Your Honor. Representing and defending Eric Menendez. Eric Menendez, please stand. Today you are being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, punishable by up to life in prison without the possibility or parole or the death penalty. Do you understand the charges that are being filed against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, how do your clients plead?
1 second, Your Honor.
After consulting with my client, they plead not guilty on all counts, Your Honor. The court accepts the plea of not guilty. A preliminary hearing is set for August 15 at 10 a.m.
All rise.
Court is adjourned.
All rise. The Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles is now in session. The Honorable Judge Hazel presiding.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your
Good
Honor.
morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now everyone may be seated. We are here today to determine if there is sufficient probable and evidence to proceed to trial for the case of Eric Menendez. District Attorney, you may give your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. We have enough evidence to be able to convict him. We have to have conversation conversations with Dr. Ozio, his therapist, the defendants admit to the killing.
The defense strongly objects the admission to therapist tapes, Your Honor. They violate doctor-patient confidentiality.
Your Honor, this privilege was waived when the defendant threatened with physical violence towards Dr. Ozio, which falls under the dangerous patient exception.
The objection is overruled. The tapes are admissible for the stage. You may continue, District Attorney.
We will also have Detective Lutz Lolier, who will be able to present receipts of a purchase of a 12-gauge shotgun and records of financial statements that give motive for Eric to kill him. We will also be able to prove that Eric killed his parents and is a murderer.
Defense Attorney, you may present your evidence.
Your Honor, I'm saying that this case should not go to trial because my client was with his brother at the time of the crime. If this case does go to trial, we will present evidence that he endured an abuse from his father for his whole life and a letter that supports that the abusive relationship that he had between him and his father, and a psychologist as a witness that will explain how long-term trauma affects the victim, how the victim acts and responds to their abuser. Thank you.
Very well. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add? Hearing both sides of the case, I find there is sufficient probable cause that Lyle and Eric Menendez are guilty of the crime. This case is bound over for trial. The trial date is set for July 20, 1993.
All rise.
The court is adjourned.
All rise. The Court of the Los Angeles Superior Court Criminal Division is now in session. The Honorable Hazel presiding.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You may all be seated. Today we're on case number 153-1119, where the defendant pleaded not guilty. The people of California versus Eric Menendez. Members of the jury today will hear testimony and evidence from both sides. It is your responsibility to listen and carefully evaluate the evidence and testimony and reach a verdict based on what presented in this courtroom.
Members of the jury, please rise and raise your right hand. Do you swear to fairly consider the evidence presented in this case and return a verdict according to the law?
I do.
Thank you. Now you all may be seated.
Are both sides ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. May the defense attorney present their opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is truly sad that Kitty and Jose Menendez were killed, but we are here to prove that the murder of both of them was in self-defense and there was no malice. We are here to explain why the events happened. Eric believes that he grew up in a home filled with abuse and controlling parents. He believed that he was in danger and made the tragic decision which brings us all here today in the court. During this trial, you will hear from Eric Menendez himself explain the mistreatment he endured for many years by his own parents. Andy Cano will be present and was one of the very few people who knew the treatment that he was enduring at home. Psychologists will speak and explain how the trauma he experienced caused him to react in fear. Thank you.
District Attorney may now begin with their opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen, today the evidence will show that today the defendants purchased two 12-gauge shotguns right before the killing, and we will have financial records that show that the defendants were approximately spent $700,000 on lavish and expensive things such as a 911 Porsche and luxury watches. Today we also have psychologists, detectives, and forensic analysis that will be able to explain what happened in the crime scene. And we have more than reasonable doubt that the murder of Jose and Kitty Menendez were with full malice, pure malice, and there was no self-defense involved. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now may the defense present their first testimony.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Eric Menendez to the stand.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, So help you God?
I do.
Please sit down.
Mr. Menendez, please state your name and what is your relationship with Kitty and Jose Menendez to you?
My name is Eric Menendez, Erikmenendez, and both Kitty and Jose Menendez are my biological parents.
Eric, tell me about your household and how you were growing up. How did your parents treat you?
My father sexually abused me throughout my entire childhood, and I was always afraid of being home with my father.
Did your mother know about this and did she protect you?
My mother knew I was being abused by my father, and she never did anything about it.
Did you believe your life was in danger when you shot both your parents and you only acted in self-defense?
Yes, I knew that if I didn't act at the time, I would have gotten seriously harmed.
Did you intend to kill your parents to inherit their money, Mr. Menendez?
No, I would never do such a thing.
Why are you telling all this to the jury today, Mr. Menendez?
I want everyone here in court today to know that I acted in self-defense. My parents sexually and physically abused me, and I just couldn't take it anymore, so I acted in self-defense.
I'd like to introduce a document, Your Honor, and I would like to admit them as Defense Exhibit 8.
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense Exhibit 8 is now admitted.
This document in my hand is a letter Eric wrote to his cousin Andy Cano that explains the abuse Eric was experiencing at home. The letter talks about what events unfold at his house. His own father was sexually abusing Eric from a young age until his late teenage years. Eric testified in this letter how he was intimidated and felt trapped, as if he could not do anything to stop the abuse. Thank you. I have no further questions.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
Eric, I understand you were afraid of your parents. Now, did you ever reach out for help because you were afraid of your father and mother?
No, I was too afraid to ask for help.
So you believe the only option to protect yourself was by killing your own parents? Members of the jury, how could someone try to kill a human being before asking for help?
I was afraid. It was only in self-defense.
Objection. Argumentative.
Sustained district, rephrase your question.
Your Honor, I would like to admit these as Exhibit B.
No objection, Your Honor.
Admitted as Exhibit B for the district.
After you shot and killed your parents, where did you go?
I went to go watch a movie called Batman.
Everyone here, how could anyone do that? You killed someone cold-blooded and went to go watch a movie without reporting anything? Eric Menendez is a criminal and should be put in prison. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may now bring up your first testimony.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Detective Lesolier as a witness.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may sit.
Please state your name and occupation for the record.
Les Zoiler, Leszoeller, and I work as a detective for Beverly Hills Department.
And how long have you been a detective? What is your field of expertise?
I have been a detective for 25 years, and my expertise is murder with firearms, especially shotguns.
Based on your investigation, how was the victim killed?
They were killed with a 12-gauge shotgun, and I know this because we found shelling of the gun, which made it easy to identify the firearm.
Now, how many times was Kitty Menendez shot?
Kitty Menendez was also shot multiple times, a total of 10 times.
Now, where were her injuries located?
She sustained multiple gunshot wounds to different areas of her body.
How about for Jose? How many times was he shot and where?
Jose was shot multiple times, a total of 6 times.
Detective, based on your investigation, what did the evidence indicate that the victims were shot with a shotgun?
Yes.
And did your investigation eventually lead you to the Menendez brothers? And tell us why.
Yes, because prior to the death of Kitty and Jose Menendez, Eric bought shotguns.
Your Honor, can I enter the receipt of shotguns as Exhibit C?
No objection, Your Honor.
It may be entered as Exhibit C.
I now show the receipts of the exact same gun that was used in the murder that was bought by Eric Menendez. Now, did your investigation uncover physical evidence regarding the firearms used in the commission of this crime?
Yes, we recovered a store receipt from a Big 5 sporting goods located in San Diego, dated just 2 days before the murder. It shows the purchase of 2 Mossberg 12-gauge shotguns using a distorted signature and a stolen driver's license.
Did you also track the defendant's financial activity immediately following the deaths of their parents?
Yes, we obtained bank statements and receipts showing that within weeks, the brothers spent roughly $700,000 on luxury items, including 3 Rolex watches, and a Porsche 911.
Your Honor, I ask that these financial records of luxury store receipts be marked and entered into evidence as Exhibit D.
No objection, Your Honor.
Let the record show Exhibit D is entered.
These financial records provide a motive why Eric killed his parents. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
District Attorney, you may now approach the testimony.
Detective Zoller, regarding Exhibit D, those financial records showing spendings after the tragedy, correct?
That's correct.
But they do not prove what the brothers were thinking or feeling on the night of August 20th.
They show his motive and behavioral patterns directly following the homicide.
Detective Zoller, you were not present when the murders occurred, correct?
Correct. I arrived after the scene had been secured.
So your conclusions are based on physical evidence and your investigations, not witness events firsthand.
That is correct.
And despite your investigation, you cannot say with absolute certainty what was going through the defendants' minds at the exact moment of the shootings, can you?
No, I cannot determine exactly what they were thinking.
No further questions.
District Attorney, you may now call up your next testimony.
We call Andy Cano to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may have a seat.
Andy Cano, how do you know Eric?
I am a close friend and cousin of Eric.
Were you one of the only people that knew of the abuse Eric was going through?
Yes, I was one of the few that knew what Eric was going through.
What did Eric tell you?
Eric expressed never having a good relationship with his parents, especially with his dad, because of the abuse he experienced from him.
How was the relationship with his parents, and do you know how often he was being sexually abused?
I had a good relationship with Eric, and he told me he was sexually abused.
Was it daily?
He never told me how often he was abused. I'm not sure if it was daily.
Eric is the real victim here. He only defended himself in the moment of killing his parents. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
May I approach the testimony?
Yes, you may.
So what you said is that you're the only person that knew what kind of abuse Eric was experiencing?
Yes, I'm one of the only people that knew about the abuse he received from his parents.
If you knew about the abuse he was receiving, why didn't you report any of it?
He told me not to report it.
What you are telling me is that you could have stopped or prevented the abuse Eric was experiencing?
Yes, I could have, but he begged me not to tell anyone.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
District Attorney, you may now call up your next testimony.
I call Michael Menendez to the stand.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please sit down.
Mr. Michael, can you please state your full name and your occupation?
My name is Michael Reynolds, MICHEALREYNOLDS, and I work in the forensic field of homicide scene. I've been working in the same field for about 15 years.
Have you ever been charged for a crime, Mr. Reynolds?
No.
Now, were there signs of self-defense for Eric? Were both Katie and Jose vulnerable in their last moments?
According to the scene of the crime, both Kitty and Jose Menendez were in a vulnerable position. They seemed as if they were scared. How the bodies were left did not indicate that the self-defense from Eric's standpoint. Kitty was shot multiple times in the body and attempted to crawl away until she was shot in the side of the head point blank. And for Jose, he was shot from the front multiple times and was shot in the back of the head.
Have you ever been in trouble at your job? And do you believe that every person deserves equal treatment in court?
No, I have never been in trouble in my job. I also do believe everyone should be treated equally when they are being charged, no matter the crime.
Your Honor, that is all from my side.
May I approach the stand, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Reynolds, were you there at the moment of the murder?
No, I was not.
Do you have footage of the moment the parents were killed?
No, I did not.
How can you possibly know all the information you stated earlier?
I can see through the blood splatter and the angles that were shot from.
Have you seen cases similar to the one today? What weapons did they use in that case?
Yes, I've seen thousands of cases with firearms, also with shotguns.
That's all the questions, Your Honor.
District Attorney, you may now call up your next testimony.
Your Honor, I call Dr. Ozio to the stand.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Doctor, would you please state your name and occupation for the record?
My name is Jerome, Germoe, Ozio, Oziel, and I am a licensed psychologist.
And how long have you been practicing psychology?
For over 10 years, specializing in psychotherapy and counseling.
Did you have the opportunity to treat Eric and Lau Menendez?
Yes, I conducted several therapy sessions with the defendants.
Dr. Ozio, did you ever record your therapy sessions with defendants?
Yes, I maintain audio recordings of our sessions from late October and November 1989.
Why were those sessions recorded?
They were recorded to preserve accurate records of our discussion and statements.
During those sessions, did the defendants discuss the death of their parents?
Yes, they did.
In those recordings, did the defendants detail their involvement?
Yes, they explicitly laid out how they executed the plan to kill their parents.
Were those statements made voluntarily?
Yes, they are not threatened or forced to speak.
Your Honor, I ask that the audio cassettes containing these recorded confessions be marked and entered as Exhibit E.
Let the record show Exhibit D is entered.
Eric, and he used it absolutely to control your mom. And I mean, isn't that really after all, isn't that what it was about, Tony? I mean, wasn't it about the amount of absolute control and the ruthlessness in terms of just completely, almost being like an automaton? It was focused on I mean, it's like, do you think your father had any sense of what he even was doing to you? Or do you think that your father basically was so much on automatic pilot in terms of being focused on control and domination that did he not care? Or did he not know? What do you think? Eric, how about you saying something here? You haven't said a whole lot. What do you think? I just don't like caring. What does that mean? I don't like caring. You don't like hearing what? I don't like hearing these things with my father. Okay. What do you feel? Upset. Yeah. Hurt. Sad what? Well, I pushed him out of my mind. And my father and my mother were two people that I love, and I still like them. It doesn't matter what they were or what they actually were. Whether it's a fantasy or it wasn't. They were very apparent in my mind before this. It led up to the fact where I had no other choice. I would have taken any other choice. Because I look back on it and realizing when people are worth so very much regret it. I may not have had a choice at the time, but I regret it now.
Alright, thank you. I have no more further questions.
Dr. Ozio, on those tapes marked as Exhibit E, isn't it true that Eric Menendez is crying hysterically throughout much of the recording?
He was very emotional during parts of the session, yes.
He appeared distressed and emotional while speaking to you?
Yes.
You cannot say with certainty whether those emotions were genuine or not, can you?
No, I cannot determine that with absolute certainty.
Before speaking with you, the defendants had already been under enormous stress from the deaths of their parents, correct?
Yes.
Psychologist, you understand that people who experience severe trauma can display intense emotions during therapy.
Yes, that can happen.
Therapy is intended to help patients express their feelings openly, correct?
Yes, that's one of the purposes.
Therefore, the emotions heard on the tapes do not, by themselves, prove what the defendants were intent.
No, the recording alone cannot establish intent.
Objection. Calls for legal conclusion.
Sustained.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I call my last witness, Ann Burgess?
I do.
For the record, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Ann Burgess, ANNBURGESS, and I work at the Boston College Connell School of Nursing School as a psychiatrist.
How many cases have you studied that included trauma victims, and how many of them were about sexual abuse?
I have approximately over 3,000 cases of sexual abuse at a young age, which can increase the likelihood of someone becoming violent. Some are very similar to this case.
How long have you been practicing psychiatry?
I have been doing this for almost 15 years, so I have definitely seen a lot and know what I'm doing.
Based on the review of this case, are those effects consistent with what you observed in Eric Menendez?
Yes, the behavior Eric is experiencing is constant, with someone reporting suffering from long-term trauma.
Does that mean every person who experiences sexual abuse become violent?
Not every individual that is sexually abused at a very young age does not respond with violence, but it can affect how someone perceives danger, which will affect how they react with self-defense.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
May I walk up to the witness?
Yes, you may.
I understand that you've seen many cases like this one presented in court.
Yes, I have.
Although his abuse might have caused him to be violent, it does not excuse the crime he committed, does it, Ms. Burgess?
No, it doesn't.
So what you're telling me is that Eric should be charged and convicted according to the law?
Yes, but you do not understand that he doesn't deserve this.
What would you want then if he's a criminal? Is he not?
He should be excused. The parents caused him to act in this manner.
So you're saying that every victim who experienced sexual abuse and later killed their abuser should be exempt from the consequences of their actions and walk free as a murderer?
Objection. Argumentative. The counsel is mischaracterizing the witness testimony.
Sustained.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
The evidence has been presented and the witnesses have testified. Prosecution, you may present your closing argument to the jury.
Members of the jury, when you look at the evidence, the truth is undeniable. The defense wants you to focus on unproven history of abuse to distract you from the cold, hard facts. Look at Exhibit A, the receipts for the shotguns. They bought those weapons days before in advance using stolen ID. Look at Exhibit B, the bank records, detailing $700,000 spending spree immediately after the deaths of their parents. Those are not actions that children paralyzed in fear would have. Those are the actions of a cold-blooded killer. We ask you to return the verdict of guilty on both counts of first-degree murder. Thank you.
Defense, you may present your closing argument.
Ladies and gentlemen, the prosecution wants you to believe that this case is simple. But human suffering is never simple. Lyle and Eric Menendez did not live in a normal home. They lived in constant abuse. They did not buy those guns out of greed. They bought them because they truly believed that their lives were in danger. This was a tragedy, yes, but it was not cold-blooded murder. We ask you to see the fear they lived through and return the verdict of not guilty. Thank you.
The jury will now retire to deliberate. Has the jury reached a verdict?
We have Your Honor, on the charges of the first-degree murder, we find the defendants Joseph Lau Menendez and Eric Galen Menendez guilty.
The defendants are sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Court is adjourned.
Your Honor, my name is Joanne Vandermolen, and I'm Kitty Menendez's sister. The day Kitty and Jose were murdered, our family was changed forever. I didn't just lose my sister, I lost someone I loved very deeply. Every holiday, birthday, and family gathering reminds us that they still should be there. No one should have to experience this pain of losing a loved one in such a violent, heartbreaking way. While nothing can bring Kitty and Jose back, today's guilty verdict recognizes that their lives mattered and that their deaths deserve justice. I ask the court to remember that this case is about more than the defendants. It is about two people whose lives were taken and their family left behind. We will carry this loss for the rest of their lives. Thank you, Your Honor. Come to order, the court is now in session. The Honorable Hazel is presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated.
All right. Thank you.
client, he pleads not guilty on all counts, Your Honor.
You may all be seated. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you. Everyone may be seated. Wait, why is it twice? The objection is over.
Prove that Eric is a murderer.
Stop. You're not standing up.
Murder.
Pause! You presented between Eric and his father. And lastly, we will have a psychologist that explains the long I forgot that.
Wait, restart. I was touching one. Defense attorney. Wait, restart. Wait.
Where Eric suffered. Okay, go again.
Members of the jury, please rise and raise your right hand.
I do.
Do you so?
One.
Members of the
It is your responsibility to listen carefully to evaluate. Bro, listen and be careful.
Thank you. Now you all may be seated.
District attorney may now. Wait. Defense exhibit 8. Wait. Defense exhibit 8 is not.
You killed your mother and your father. You can't get away with these kinds of things.
No.